you folks is up to, making such a clatter? Shucks, bless my bones, you'll wake the dead.
Oh, members are we of our fine and mighty, our fine and mighty high school glee club.
LaSalle? I's always called that LaSally and his Sally. LaSally and his Sally.
What are you getting at? Come on, Granddaddy, getting kind of giddy. LaSally and his Sally, what are you trying to say? LaSally had a Sally? LaSalle? A gal? Oh, no. Come what may?
Nah, not LaSally and his Sally. LaSally made his Sally.
LaSally made his Sally? Naughty, naughty. Did he?
Indeed, he did he? True, 8 canoes is hardly a galley, and a crew of 33 to tally. He managed to portage a good old St. Joseph Canally. Yes, he did he? LaSally, his Sally.
I see. LaSally made Pinhook his own particular Tin Pan Alley. Now you know who. What about you?
My name's Joe. Yes, sirree, good old Joe. Some call me saint, that rightly I don't know. Maybe I am, maybe I ain't. But one thing sure, that's what they call my river. Some say it am, some say it tain't. You can bet your last year's quiver. It's a heck of a mighty fine river. Some say I'm slow, retarded, you know. But in the end, that's where they located. On the good old South Bend. Now, of course, you've heard of Mary. I'd like to mention, about which there is no question, she is the sainted Mary. That's the way with fame. There is no one you can blame. Our Lady, Saint Mary, the river and me.
Well, I guess we'll all agree you have at least the authority of having the seniority with half that pedigree.
Now, what's you here for? What you got in mind?
We've come to dedicate.
Here to situate?
That's right. We'd commemorate a tribute to LaSalle.
By golly, LaSalle, ain't you trifle late?
In each canoe, we do have a segment to the various phases with which our history blazes, combined a monument raises.
Of these, we have 8.
1, 2, each canoe.
Worship.
1,
Educate.
2,
Freedom make.
3,
Arts and sports.
4 and 5,
Industry.
6,
History.
7,
and communicate.
8.
History should be last. Way back to the 1679 date.
This is clearly not 2, but 300 years nearly we do celebrate.
First segment, worship, religion, church.
What do you know, Joe?
Well, when it comes to religion, suppose you're kind of narrow in your thinking.
What do you mean by that?
Well, these Indians had a kind of plan that weren't too bad for a nature-loving man. From out of the past, it was that vast. It could last.
Don't quite know what you're driving at.
Ever hear of laughing water? For the smile of the great Sun Father? Moon and stars, wind and rain, harvest and grain, they worshiped gods of plenty. Yes, sirree, gods a many.
What's that?
Oh, that hymn you're hearing? It just means the church is nearing.
The church? You mean the missionaries? Didn't they bring religion to the Indians?
Yep, they sure did, and done it well. Even to burying Father de Sal, singing the Requiem Mass he taught, speaking well for the work he wrought.
You mean the organized church?
That I do, and I recall when fur traders, Catholics all, started their trading post here. Then came Methodists, eager to found their church, strong and sound. But where to start a meeting pattern? Nowhere but in Coquillard's Tavern.
There is a tavern in the town, and there my hero sits him down, and drinks his wine with laughter free, and never thinks of me.
That's a good start, Joe. But weren't there others?
There sure were.
Who's she? Where did she come from?
Howdy, Hannah. Just let her speak for herself. Always had.
Right, Joe. Usually do. Pioneer woman, hard as nails, sharp as tacks, common as a mud of wagon wheel tracks. Nor is there much my ancestry lacks. Head over, I am facts. My home's a campfire and a gun. My clothes are skin and homespun. Never been scared in all my life. Can't beat being a trapper's wife. Tell you what, them Indians fun. Just see you keep 'em on the run. They's not bad, they's not good. They's just human, just like any man's son. Sure am a darn good mother. Lost a kid or two. But shucks, you can always have another. No need to rummage in the stacks for what your imagination lacks. Don't be tense. Get off the fence. It's common sense. The mightiest wallop axe.
See? What'd I tell you?
Sure, many others came, seeking the wilderness to tame.
But let me tell of two men who first agreed and then went their separate ways. 'Twas Stanfield and Chapin who caused a split to hasten First Presbyterian Church founding. 'Twas May 3rd of 1834.
What about the Baptists and Episcopalians?
When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, the time shall be no more, and the morning grace they turn up bright and fair. When the saved of earth shall gather over on the other shore, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, when the roll is called up yonder, when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there.
1836, the Baptists tried,
It died.
but made it in 1842. Episcopalians came by way of Mishawaka, here to stay, found in St. James in 1898.
What about the Catholics?
Well, I should think they go way back.
Well, that's a story, a lot of it filled with glory. Ever hear of Father Sorin? Coming to this land so foreign and found in Notre Dame? 'Twas in 1842, no shirkin', invited by Father Baden. Then in 1847, with a flourish, Catholics founded St. Joseph Parish.
Not to mention the Irish, St. Pat's, the Polish, St. Hedwig's.
The sisters, a convent at Bertrand.
They might do the laundry.
I know there were Lutherans.
Sure enough, all kinds. German, English, Swedish.
Yep, the Germans coming late after the revolt of 1848. Founded the first Lutheran church in Madison Township in 1851. And here in August of 1878, St. Paul's was founded on that date.
Seems like every nationality and sect built a church.
Uh-huh. And then in 1851, seeking its place in the sun and finding here its mission, was the first Christian.
Didn't the blacks build churches too?
Sure did, brother.
With the Civil War far behind, many Negroes came here to find and enjoy their freedom. And so, in 1851, Olivet AME Church was begun.
Come we that love the Lord, and let your joys be known. Join in a song as we look forward. Join in a song as we look forward. And thus around the throne, and thus around the throne. We're marching to Zion, beautiful, beautiful Zion. We're marching
goes higher. We're marching upward to Zion, the beautiful city of God.
Now it's up to 1900. What happened then?
Yep. Many here in 1900 were ready for the teachings of Mary Baker Eddy. First a society, and then they built Christian Science churches, ever bigger. There they heard the words she wrote, and soon sang her hymns by rote.
I will listen for thy voice, lest my footsteps stray. I will follow and rejoice all the rugged way.
Don't forget the Jews and their synagogues.
Just getting around to that. Some came early, about 1880. No synagogue come till 1901. Sons of Israel. Then the temple called Bethel in 1905.
And in 1936, a date that sticks, in its box, the Hebrew Orthodox.
Sounds like a pretty good place to live.
'Twas that. Yep, but vice, gambling, and sin for many years kept creeping in. And good folks sought to fight the devil and stamp out the growing evil.
Billy Sunday was brought to town, and around the crusade, he wound a religious tornado. Hundreds hit the sawdust trail singing the hymns that touched the soul.
Sowing in the morning, sowing seeds of kindness, sowing in the noontide and the dewy eve, waiting for the harvest and the time of reaping.
And that's the way it was.
Yep, that's the way they laid the ground for institutions all around.